And good evening again, everybody. It is Thursday night. You know what that means. We are live. We're here. We are streaming around the world. We are spanning the globe. And it's a little crowded tonight. There's, I guess, two other shows going on tonight. One I did not know about, but we're going to have fun anyway. So let me get these in. So I didn't want to stumble through the introduction. Let me bring on my co host for the evening. We had one that popped on and popped off. Uh, from Parts Unknown, Mr. Richard Ward, the Warden.
How's it going, everybody?
From the nether regions, Mr. Andy B.
Hey, everybody.
And from the great state of West Virginia, Mr. James Lawrence III.
Hey, everybody. What's
I guess
going on?
Oh, here's
You
our other guy.
said nether region.
I got the shirt tonight.
From the swamps of Louisiana, Mr. Lane Crooks.
Hey, Lane.
Hey, Lane.
How y'all doing tonight?
I gotta get me
Good.
some
Good,
classic
buddy. How you
shirts.
doing?
Okay, guys, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. No.
Hey.
Good to have you back. He was at work last week. He wasn't able to watch.
We missed you, Nor.
Yeah, we did.
Evening, Calvin. James.
James. Jeff Kokaki. Yeah,
I'm
James,
feeling
how
a
you
lot
feeling?
better. Thank you for asking, man.
Under the weather last week.
I'm still having some issues, but nothing like it was last week. A
Good
little
deal.
bit of headaches every once in a while, and a little bit of fatigue. But outside of that, I'm like miles ahead of where I was last week.
I still got the dry cough from the COVID.
Yeah, I'm still coughing a little bit. As a matter of fact,
We lost Andy. What happened to Andy?
Oops.
He's probably changing camera angles.
That could be. Could be. I'm going to start off with the belt of the week, and I got another video I want to show you guys. So let me find it. Belt of the week. Now, this is a repeat because I've gone through pretty much my entire collection, and I actually shot a video for this till I found out I already had it in stock. So there's Andy. So let's start off with this belt of the week. And this is the belt. Right
There
here.
you go. Nice logo.
The original World Class Heavyweight Championship. It was
And
known
Texas.
as American Heavyweight Championship, also as a Texas Heavyweight Championship, and the American Tag Team Championships. Also on the Fort Worth World Class show that was on the Fort Worth television station. There was two stations that aired it. This was the television championship. So they had two belts that served like four purposes. They call this the Levy style belt.
Talk about multitasking.
Oh yeah.
now, believe it or not, just a couple of days ago, because I was sick and I didn't have a whole lot of anything going on there for about a whole week. I started watching some just different. If you have a smart TV, there's an app that you can add to it. It's called Rasslin, Rasslin, and they just show all kinds of stuff on there. And I watched an episode of World Class where that was the Texas Heavyweight Championship, and gorgeous Jimmy Garvin with Sunshine had it, and he and I want to say David Von Erich actually were getting ready to feud for it.
Yep.
And I'm sure that was right around before David went to Japan, obviously.
1983.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to PM me that, James.
What
I
happened
don't
was
forget
Jimmy
that.
Garvin came on the scene, and he actually beat Kevin Von Erich for the American Heavyweight Championship and held that for a little bit. Kevin got it back. Then he challenged David for the Texas title, won that one, and they went back and forth for that title. that led to the famous angle where the loser has to be the other guy's valet for a day because
Yeah, I
Jimmy
remember that. I remember that. He had to even come out on the farm and
That was
work the
classic.
farm and everything for it.
Oh boy.
Lane's laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. So, I'm going to show one more video. This is probably not real widely known. It came to me in a chat, so I went and looked this up and I found it. And there's somebody in this video from AEW last night that made an appearance. It was an unintended, unplanned appearance, but it made an appearance. Now
Who
I'm going to
could it
show
be?
the video.
Who could it
I
be?
want to set this up so people know what I'm talking about. Sting is attacking somebody. I can't remember who the guy was, but he was attacking him in the audience, and he threw a trash can at him. The trash can bounced off that guy, hit an attendant in the waist, and he no-sold it. He no-sold it. Watch this attendant, okay? Pay close attention. I'll have a still picture in case nobody can identify, okay? So this is great. Just watch the attendant.
Sting coming to Darby's assistance with venom and fury and passion, and he's running off the blade.
Took
No.
it like a pro. Took it like a pro.
Like,
No,
bro,
no
he-
sell. No sell.
No-sold, yeah. Bruiser Brody versus Lex Luger.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know who this guy is, this guy right here. This is our frequent commenter, Gianni Martello, who is a co-host on BAM.
Oh, no.
That's all I'll say about that.
He must be working tonight. We haven't heard from him yet tonight.
He's either working or he's watching BAM. So
You never know. Or he could be on BAM.
he wasn't the last I checked. I checked right
No.
before the show.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah,
he
they're
wasn't
on tonight for
there.
some reason.
I happened to look in on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're addressing the state of the hobby, and I'm going to get to that here in a little bit myself. I had planned on doing that. Hello, Ultimate Cuddle.
Hey, he's not a Facebook user tonight.
No, he's not. Yeah, we can see your name. Glad to see your name. Who's
yes,
this jerk?
Who's this guy?
we
Who's that?
can, Mark.
All right. All right. We'll be happy to have you. Also, before I get too far into it, I want to make sure I take care of some business here. This show is sponsored by Mark Leather for all your championship releathering needs. Also by Unique Spirit. They make beautiful belts. They made our giveaway belt. Let's see if I can get behind me. Yeah. Hold on. How could I forget this one? My pride and joy. This one right here. He made this one.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah, man, we all love that.
That is could have been any better, Mark.
No,
This is
man,
Unique Spirit.
that turned out freaking awesome.
Gorgeous.
And the leather job, and me being kind of a fan of the whole laced leather thing, that just
yeah.
kind of, it's like icing on the cake, man. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Both sponsors had a role in this. Unique Spirit made the plates. I did the leather. And for those of you who are now just tuning in and have not seen this, this is a cardboard to life belt. This came from a belt that I had made myself back in college in 1986, maybe 85. And Unique brought it to life. So, and you can actually order this if this is something that tickles your fancy.
As for the
By all means.
marvelous title, the marvelous championship.
Have Mark's championship. That is not a Dallas Cowboy star, by the way.
Sure,
I'm just
Mark.
good to get this put
Come
on
on,
the side.
Mark.
No, it's not. You would have dropped the belt.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy, that's quote of the night right there.
Richard, it was great having you on the show. We'll see you later. Thank you. And if you're watching us on Facebook, if you would, you either have to click on the Facebook link, the StreamYard link to have your name show up in the comments. Otherwise, you can click over to YouTube, go to the Wide World of Belts channel, and we're streaming live on that also. And then this podcast, the StreamYard portion, is made possible by a partnership between this podcast and the President Kayfabe podcast on Apple Podcasts and that link tree.
And the show once again is also on Love Those Wrestling Belts.
That's right. Yeah. Andy's group.
Awesome.
Let's see. Let's catch up on this. Thank you very much, Facebook user. We would love for you to click on the StreamYard link so we know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Cuddles. That's his nickname. So. Yeah. And I also have a couple of belts for sale. I'm not going to hold them up on the camera. I got pictures here. Find them. I'll have 3 belts. I'll show that one in person in a second.
Every time Mark shows a belt, I get like the itches.
You get the itch to pursue.
Well, he gets the lotion out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the whole fan do thing.
Okay.
Drop some cash.
I've got this NWA TV by Maya Amadasser. It is 4mm zinc. It's a black strap with a red backing. Beautiful.
Very nice.
It's 350 shipped. So if you are interested in this belt, you can message me during or after the show. I'll get back with you after the show. Also, hold on, let me get rid of this stuff. I got to click on 2 or 3 things here. Let's see. Okay. Also, I have this one for sale. This is the
that was cool.
World Class
That one's really cool.
Texas Heavyweight Championship by Muhammad Asif. It's also 4mm zinc. It's also 350 ship. Beautiful, beautiful belt. This is the original color scheme of that belt. It was red and gold, and then when Jerry Jarrett bought World Class, he changed that to red and blue. But I wanted the original. This is the one that Gino Hernandez held.
Did Jerry Jarrett ever say why he changed the colors?
I never heard.
No.
I didn't know till he did that till recently.
Okay.
I think just a lot of it was to add a new look to it, to make it, because whenever you take over a company or whatever, and you go in, like with Impact Global Force, they kind of stole the whole Global Force style belt for Impact. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I hated about that whole thing was that when Jarrett took over World Class, he basically buried all the World Class talent and put his guys over.
Well, the thing was, at the end of it, though, a lot of the world class talent wasn't really the top of the pops anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. All right, Mark, we'll see you later. And I got one more. It's not for sale yet because I'm still working on it, and I'm gonna show you a comparison picture here in a second. Let's full screen again. Okay, this one's in the process of being laced.
Ooh.
This is the
Oh, man.
NWA.
Oh man.
10 pounds of steel.
That's what he said earlier. Was oh man.
Oh, man.
But I got lacing here, but I got to go all the way around. This is by Mateen Ahmed, and as soon as I get it laced, I'm going to sell it. Beautiful belt, beautiful. 4mm zinc. And just for comparison, I got this leather. I've done 3 of these. I got this leather cut right for the first time. Now look at this one, and then look at the original. This one and the original.
Oh,
I mean, it's not exact, but it's really, really close. The the delta up here.
The center plate in that picture right there, it looks narrower, from top to bottom than what yours. Or is that just?
It is, yeah. It
just
is
a little bit. No big deal. It's beautiful. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
is.
something I noticed right there in that picture.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's got a real thick. Whoops! It's got a real thick strap, real thick.
And at one point, it was painted.
Yeah, this belt was originally painted.
Lost every
actually-
bit of paint. And I think it looks better all silver.
That's what I said.
I do too.
See, I'm of the mind I like it painted.
Well, I got one on order from Unique Spirit that's unpainted, and if I like it, I'm going to order the painted version. This one here, I can't zoom in on it, but that flag, you can still see the red in the stripes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a
the actual
little bit of the
original.
blue. You see a little bit of the blue and the stars too.
Yeah, I seen that right there. Wow.
Yeah. Beautiful belt. Greg Valentine, Roddy
Matt-
Piper, Wahoo
Matt-
McDaniel,
Magnum
TA.
TA.
Mhm.
Molly Blanchard.
Precious, you'll be coming home
Kelly
soon.
Blanchard, yeah.
Oh yeah, James will be joining us shortly. Yeah, Facebook user, we would love to know who you are. So if you go back and click on the StreamYard link, then come back in, we'll be able to see your name. Otherwise, all we know is Facebook user. I had hoped to have a guest on tonight, but it didn't quite work out. He had other commitments, so we're hoping to get him on in a couple of weeks. But so it's kind of a open topic night, but I wanted to address some things. I try to keep my Facebook group and the YouTube channel and this podcast drama free, but drama is part of the hobby. So instead of engaging in it, I'm going to talk about it a little bit because there's been some things going on that are just, for lack of a better term, silly. And I'm not going to name names. People probably know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name any names because just really not important. But you know, there's always people who look down on certain things. Like, if a guy posts a picture of a belt he just bought, very proud of it, they find they live to criticize, they live to troll. Uh, that belt, well, that's not TV accurate, or the leather cut's not right, or you should have got 4 millimeter zinc instead of 2 millimeter brass. And I've addressed this before, but it just goes on and on. But now you got guys who go live every 30 minutes in the same day and maybe a whole week, and just start ranting about not just stuff like this, but they're ranting about other people, other makers, who owe them free belts. Some of those people have actually admitted to scamming makers for free belts. Maybe scamming is a strong term. Am I wrong on that, Andy? Is that how you understand it?
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy he was put on the scammer list.
Yeah.
He was put on the scammer list. He went live. Now, keep in mind, all these are in a private group. This is his private group. Nobody can see these rants unless you're joining his group, where his people are cheering him on. Go, you're right. You go. You go.
Is he a Puff Daddy fan?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's a fan of free. He's a fan of free belts.
yeah, but he got put on the scammers list because he was a middleman for a scammer, and I don't know all the details. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of that, but supposedly he was trying to get free belts from this maker he felt were owed to him, and the maker came up with screenshots that told a different story. Now, it's one of those he said kind of things, but the maker's pretty much staying out of it until this guy goes on the attack. But now you got guys criticizing him for going on these rants, and what does he do? He labels them as racist.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no room for either racism in the hobby or anywhere for that matter, or for people just to throw that term out because somebody disagrees with them. It goes both ways. I hope we're not boring you anymore. Must have had a long night. I don't know. They stayed awake in anticipation of joining the show. We're still hoping to get you on sometime soon, though.
Definitely.
But anyway, this guy went on these rants, and the only way that we saw these is when people basically screenshotted and shared them either in groups or in chats. This guy had a tear-filled rant where he was upset he was put on the scammers list after he gave everything he had to the hobby. And then one guy called him out on it. And of course, that started up. He's probably gonna start this on me now. I don't really care because it's just silly. He's calling this guy a racist. It's just and this is all to lead up to. We had a discussion in a chat today about, and I hear this all the time where they say "F the hobby." The hobby's toxic. I don't even like use the word hobby, and I think I've addressed this before on the show. The word hobby is toxic. No, the word hobby is not toxic. It is a hobby.
The people are toxic.
Yeah, the people are toxic. Exactly. There are toxic people in the hobby. There are toxic people in every aspect of life. Oh, okay. All right.
I don't believe in racism in any angle or any way. I don't like it.
No, absolutely not. But on that same coin, on the other side of that coin, to just throw that out there just for the sake of, well, I don't have an argument. You're accusing me of this. I don't have anything to come back, so I just call you a racist. There's no room for that either. If somebody's a racist, that's one thing. It's not excusable, but it's one thing. Yeah. But because they disagree with you, they either hate you or they're racist. No, I'm so
has
so
nothing to do with it. Nothing.
No, it has absolutely nothing to do with it. But you have to consider the fact that this guy goes on a rant live in his Facebook group, which you cannot see unless you join his group. He has to approve you to be joined in this group. So you can see these rants. He goes on these 30 to 45-minute rants and just talks nonsense. And I think this went on for like a week. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but
probably.
But we have Carmine called him out on using the R word. And so now all of a sudden Carmine's a racist, which that's not the first time he's been called that. Carmine is he attracts that kind of stuff because it's just the nature of the business he's in. He attracts differing opinions. And then there's
Carmine
another
can be a little bit blunt with
Very
his
blunt.
approach
very blunt.
on things, and some people don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
I'm
It
going to
offends
come out and
some
say
people.
right now, I've been, talking with the guy now for a couple of months, doing the show with him, and and I've never heard him say anything remotely offensive.
No.
Right.
And and I won't defend somebody if I know the truth.
Mhm.
And to
Well-
sit there and call somebody a racist because they disagree with you or whatever. Now here's another thing that and I'm not going to sit there because I don't know. I'm not going to speak on something that I have no clue about. But you guys sometimes think about the mental state of the person who goes on a 45-minute rant about a belt hobby.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, because he's emotionally triggered. Obviously something has set him off.
Obviously.
You know what I mean? If he got robbed by a maker or whatever, then he does have a right to complain. I don't know the situation or anything like that, but sometimes you have to question their mental health at that point,
Right.
Because sometimes, we may not see something that other people see just because it's not there. They're still going to see it because they're a little off. And, and I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying, you have to take into consideration the mental state of somebody who goes on a 45-minute rant about wrestling belts.
Oh, exactly.
And
Over and over and over again. This goes on all day
and
long.
I don't, once again, I don't know the cat. He's never done anything to me or said anything crossways to me or done anything. So I don't want to speak ill of him.
Same thing here.
Because I don't have,
Yeah.
Any prior dealings with him saying otherwise. I always thought that, I watched a lot of his videos. I always thought, he was pretty cool cat. And then, this stuff comes out and, I hate the fact that there's always turmoil and drama and insanity in something that's supposed to be fun. That's why I limit myself. I've removed myself from a lot of the belt groups. I have a couple of them that I stay in just because I know the guys that are in it. I don't let people pick my friends for me. Somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm going to give you an ultimatum, either be my friend or be their friend. Then you've already made the choice for me just because you've given me an ultimatum. I don't do that to other people. I won't come out. That's like, the whole situation with Gianni. I'm not going to unfriend Gianni because I think it's, if you're a friend to somebody, you're supposed to
hang with them.
You're supposed to, show them the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not the way. This is the way to do it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And, if I find out, that there are other things, and once again, all the stuff that he's done can be forgiven. I'm still angry about the animal stuff, but if he's, goes through and starts treating his animals better, then, okay, then, I'm not going to stop being his friend. I don't want, things like that, stuff like that in the hobby anyways, is, I don't like finding out that somebody that I like is, questionable character. I don't want to call, say names or call them a name, because some people might think of them less than, something or other, or, or no more worth no more than A, B, or C. And I don't want to. Exactly. You're supposed to help some and not block them there, Nathan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do with friends. You can be angry with them, Now, there is a certain point where you have to go, okay, I've had enough of this. I'm not dealing with it anymore. Because I'm the type of person, and this is my grandfather talking here, okay? I was raised by my grandfather. My grandfather always used to say, you can slip in shit, right? And you can stick your hand up. Somebody will reach out and help you get up out of it, right? But if you wallow around in it and then stick your hand up, nobody's going to want to get any shit on their hands.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can only, allow somebody to do something for so long. So, until it gets to that point, then I'll cut somebody off, but it's not there yet. And like I said, I like Gianni. I do.
Yeah.
It's, the cat's, I think, despite the fact that he's got some minor issues that he needs to deal with, the habitual lying thing that they've pointed out on the other show, which is whatever, work on it, man. Just stop.
He denies being in a movie too, but we all know better.
But
Sorry, Gianni. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
The habitual lying and the treatment, better. He needs to treat his animal better.
Yeah.
Because and I'll say this about the whole animal thing, and then I'll get off my little stoop here. That's learned behavior. You treat an animal the way you see your parents treat animals. You treat animals, you know what I mean? I was, always, my dog's my best friend, man. I love my dog. And whenever I hear about mistreatment of animals, I get really fired up.
I just want to know if he does play the
take it upon
violin.
myself to, because I'm not going to stop being Gianni's friend until I realize that he's got shit all over him, and not help him up, because as a friend, that's my job.
Exactly.
And like I said, I like the guy, so I want him to be a better person, and if I can help him become a better person, then...
Do I hear music?
You did.
He's putting the music in the background.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's to get off the stage music. Okay.
I didn't want to go over James, but
It was a close second to come to violins. I'm sorry.
I'm interested if he plays the violin.
You're trying to
now.
play me off the stage. I got you.
No, I was trying to make it an emotional story. So
I want to know if he plays the violin though.
I'm trying to keep the show upbeat, but it's Jake a little humor here. So
Is he like his relative? Does he play the violin?
I don't know.
What's that?
I want to know if he plays the violin.
Oh, I know
Play
who he's
the
talking
world's
about.
smallest.
I know who he's talking about. Hold on. Wait. He's talking about this guy here. The electronic violin. Yeah, the electronic violin.
Poindexter.
Yes. Sorry, Gianni. The glasses just gave him away. He knows sold the trash can. He knows sold the trash
He
can.
knows sold.
Yeah.
He's got to take some lessons. You got to learn to
Gianni.
sell. Yeah.
He was on nationwide TV, worldwide TV, and he didn't
Yeah,
sell.
I tell you, that's a hell of a Halloween costume, Gianni, right there.
Yeah.
But he went Thunder Rosa last year instead of Poindexter. He did Thunder Rosa. So
He did.
and I'm gonna address one more thing about this, and then I'm gonna change channels. Another guy in the hobby, I can't remember what his real name is because he likes to go by an iconic name. And I don't know. He claims to have done artwork for all these different belts, and he's gone on a rant tirade against Classic Shields. He's done something similar to the other guy, except he doesn't go live. He's gone live a few times, but he mainly just throws posts out there saying, "Well, that artwork's not right. I did their artwork for this belt," and claims he did artwork for a maker, and he goes on the attack. And I don't know what it is with these guys. They just feel like they have to go on an attack all the time.
Icon out.
Icon out. Yeah. One other thing about the first guy, I told you he was put on the scammers list. Well, let me explain something about that. You don't go on the scammers list because somebody just says, "Hey, you scammed me." It's not a bulletin board. You just poke somebody's name with a thumbtack on the bulletin board. It doesn't work that way.
No.
The scammers list is vetted. I've seen many times where somebody comes on and says, "Hey, this guy scammed me," only to have the admins come back and ask, "Well, what happened? Let's hear the story." And a lot of times they'll come back and say, "Well, that sounds like they tried to say he scammed me because it wasn't delivered on time, which was a DHL or a UPS or whatever. It was their issue. It wasn't the maker's issue." So it's not like you just don't get on the scammers list just for giggles. It just doesn't happen that way.
No.
It's vetted. If you're on the scammers list, you're on there for a reason.
For legitimate reasons.
And I'm pretty sure this guy's appearance on that list is well documented. And he played a role in providing his own documentation for that. So he kind of told on himself in a lot of these deals. But anyway, just a lot of drama in the hobby. But for these people to say F the hobby is toxic, if the word hobby offends you, maybe you need to step back away from it. Go, do floral arrangements or something.
Collect
Andy knows-
stamps.
I think Andy knows who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, do something else.
Yeah, and somebody I actually have a great deal of respect for. But on this, I'm sorry, you're wrong. A hobby is an inanimate thing. It's not even a thing. It's not something you can physically touch. It can't be toxic, inherently toxic. It's not a living, breathing thing.
A hobby is something that you do to pass time that brings you a personal
Exactly.
satisfaction.
Yes.
Also,
It's a
it
common interest. It's a common interest.
It's to escape the reality of the real
It doesn't
world.
even have to involve a common interest, man. You can do all this without interaction with anybody
Mhm.
other than just buying it and put them on your shelf.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
The cool thing about it is being able to buy all this stuff and then running into people like Mark and Richard and Andy and Lane and being able to sit there and go, man, that's so cool, man. I haven't
Yeah.
seen one of those in a long time, and that's the thing, and we let people come in, and because of these groups, and there's a million of them,
Yeah.
find the ones that you like and stick with it. If there's something going on there that you don't like, believe me, there's so many others.
Hey,
that
like
you
the
can
belt
go to.
groups, the promo groups, they're all
Yeah,
popping up
there's so
day
many
after
of them that
day.
you can go to.
Yeah.
Now sometimes they're run by the same people.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of research.
And that's one thing. That's one thing I'm so happy about with my group. No drama. I don't allow it. Anything starts, I take care of it. No drama.
And I try to keep drama out of this group too. I have an awful lot of makers that are trying to do sales posts, and they have to know when they agree to the group rules, you cannot do sales posts except on Fridays.
And if
And
you,
yet- Here they're posting them up.
and then you send the message
I
to
think
them not to
these
do
guys-
that.
These guys are willing to take that shot just because they know that if they can get one person to
Hey,
bite
Vinny.
off of
Vinny.
that, you know
Hey,
what I
Vinny.
mean? They can make money, and because that person may buy and then tell their buddy. So I kind of understand where they're coming from, especially these younger guys, because we're dealing with a different. All of us we're kind of we're a little bit older.
I don't know what you're
we're from
talking
a different,
about.
we're from a different time,
Speak
and
for
we do
yourself.
things differently. These kids nowadays, man. They hustle, but they hustle in a different way than we do. What we did. When we said we hustled, we were physically active, out doing something.
Mhm.
When these kids hustle, they're online, doing their thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not saying that I'm justifying what they do, but I kind of understand why they do it. Why not say, yeah, I agree to it and then break the rule because, okay, I might get kicked out, but if I make one sale, that guy will tell another guy. You know what I mean?
But just as a reminder for any makers that are watching this podcast, if you're trying to join Wide World of Belts, the rules are you cannot do a sales post except on the Friday sales post. Now, we do make an exception for individuals who might be selling off a few belts because they got catch up on bills, or somebody's gone in the hospital. That's happened a lot, something like that. But just for the sake of selling belts, no. Follow the rules, otherwise you will not be part of the group.
And do me
This
a
guy,
favor.
whoever this Facebook user is, he's nailed it on the head.
That is Calvin.
Cal, okay.
Way to go, Calvin. I totally agree.
Calvin,
with you.
Yep.
this is what the hobby's supposed to be about. Childhood
Exactly.
you can now own and enjoy with others.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
not the enjoyment
That's
of it.
exactly. You hit it right on the head.
And that's another thing. I guess I don't play drama. Now I have given my opinion on some of the drama, which like I did tonight, but I don't let it affect me. These belts back here are mine. I'm proud of them. You may not like them. I don't care. They appeal to me. This is what I like. If there's a belt in my collection I don't like, I'll sell it. I'll buy a better version. I'm not into the HD belts because the era I collect, there was no HD. No
Because
HD
there was
printing,
none.
no HD etching, none of that. It was good old fashioned asset etching. That's me. That may not be you. If that's your thing, I'm happy
I
for
agree.
you.
I agree, Mark.
I'm happy for somebody that owns a classic Shields belt and pays over $1,000 for it. If they can afford that and that's what they want, more power to them. If there's a guy that is scraping every dime he can get to afford a $150 belt, and he's happy to have that belt. Welcome to the hobby.
Hey, you
Welcome
know
to
what?
Awesome.
We love them all.
Whether
man.
you make your belt out of cardboard, paper, tin foil, if you love that
Sheet
belt,
metal.
hey,
Sheet metal.
that's what the
There you
hobby is
go.
about.
Right
This was
there,
my
Mark's
first
got
belt.
it.
This was my first belt.
Did a hell of a
1
job
mil-
on it.
1 millimeter tin. 1 millimeter tin. But anyway, if this is the only belt you got, you're a member of the hobby. You're welcome in the hobby.
Yeah, God
Now,
bless you.
there are some douchebags out there. There are a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
They'll tell you you're not worthy of being in the hobby. Don't listen to that crap. It's crap.
E-dub. E-dub.
Hey, you
Well,
know,
here's the
you're
thing
if,
too.
if
you
you're
know,
proud
if
of
you-
a
if you
made up
wanna-
belt,
if
that's
you-
yours.
If you want to,
That's not to say makers are perfect. There's some makers out there that
no,
are
no, no,
legitimate.
and Carquito's right, man. You know, you have to hold them accountable when you
Oh,
want
yeah.
something. I know whenever I ordered my Aldous 10 pounds of gold, and it came through. I wanted it, specific to, and they followed through. Had they sent something that I didn't want, I'd be really upset. And Mark grabs the one that I want.
I told Mark I have to be careful walking into my wrestling cave. I have to like tiptoe because I have belts on each side of the room.
You be ready. Richard's going to make an exclamation here in just a second.
Oh man, Mark!
I told you.
Look at that. That's gorgeous.
This is the third authorized replica I've owned. I own an authorized replica from every company that's ever made one. I know Figs had several versions of this, but I own every authorized replica by company. I know some people say, well, you didn't have the very first version of the Figs. Well, no, but I owned a Figs. So.
Yeah.
And I got a classic Shields on order. You don't like it, tough. Let's see. Oh, I got something else. Speaking of memorabilia that's not belt related.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, hang on a second. Find it. I knew I owned this, and I knew it was at my parents' house, but I could not find it. I looked for it for years. It was in my bedroom closet. When I moved out to go to college, it disappeared. And sometime last week, my mother was talking to me. She said, you got some stuff down in the basement in a drawer in your old dresser. So, Lane, I'm on mute you. We got a echo. Okay. Yeah, your speaker. You need to get some earbuds or something. Anyway, so I went down there and looked. Sure enough, I found these. And I bought these brand new at a house show. Everybody knows I'm in the world class. Went to a house show, and I found these. I bought these. Bought this one. The original Texas Stadium Parade of Champions program at Texas Stadium, where Gary Von Erich defeated Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I'm showing pictures of them because right now I got the originals down in a suitcase under the bed, keep it out of the light until I can get some sleeves for it. This is the, I can't, you have to zoom in on it. I can't zoom in. That's the, or can I? No.
I would seal that in plexiglass, like between two things of plexiglass, somehow.
Yeah. But it's like 2 or 3 pages. It talks about the history of each match, what led up to it. I don't have it autographed. But, and then here's another one that's a gem. And I forgot I had this one. This is an actual program from the television show, World Class Championship Wrestling.
Wow.
I forgot I had that. Now, I had one from the Cotton Bowl Stadium show, but I couldn't find it. But
Wow.
And didn't you have one of the Simpson brothers sign? Was it a program or just a piece of paper? Was it
well, okay, that's another thing. Hang on, let me go back to.
I think it was on the program.
James had to go eat, so he'll be back. This was a match card I actually attended in Weatherford, Oklahoma. This was what was the date on that? I think it was 1987. I think I was in college. Yeah, it was in 1987 because I was in college at Weatherford, and this was on the card. Can't read those names.
Brian
But,
Adias versus the Dingo Warrior.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
know who he turned out to be.
Yep.
I think I ate your baby.
Now, I don't remember many of the matches in this card because there were no Von Erichs involved, but there were some substitutions. You know, sometimes they would substitute a wrestler.
Every
Steve
time I
Simpson
watch-
was not on this card, but he did autograph it.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, Jack Victory. Every time I turned on World Class Wrestling, Jack Victory was always on. Always.
There was a guy there that was related to Jack Victory
Oh, really?
in the audience. He was going to college there. He was related to Jack Victory.
Hmm.
And I didn't get to go back with him, but he went
It
back
was-
to the
It
backstage.
was always Jack Victory and Hollywood John Tatum.
Yep.
All the
The
time.
Mullet,
they were on.
Mullet Brothers. Jack Victory never made it to WWE. He kind of disappeared, just disappeared.
I think he made it, but he wore a mask or some other identity he took on. He didn't get, I don't even think it was a jobber or, enhancement talent, but it might have been WCW.
Vinny, is that the one called Heroes of World Class where they tore it down at the end of the show? Because I got that on DVD.
Yeah, I've heard that's pretty good. When
But,
you're talking about, Mark.
I gotta check that out, Vinny.
Yeah. It's on YouTube, actually. You look up Heroes of World Class. It's like a 4-part documentary on YouTube, but I got it on DVD. I ordered it when it came out. Yeah, exactly. It was really sad. They had this musical thing that played while they were tearing the building down, and
Mm.
it's really sad. It showed it time lapse from the time the building stood until it just was a level lot.
Oh,
And I got
wow.
to visit that lot back in November when I was coming back from visiting Lane.
Yeah. I remember those pictures.
Um,
You're in the lot holding the belts.
yeah, all the world class belts I own. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I was going to say about that. Oh, I also had the poster for the Texas Stadium event, but I can't find it. I think what happened was my parents' basement. It was below the water table. The water table rose and flooded that basement. I think that poster might have got wet and ruined. I think they threw it out.
Mm.
I had the original poster. But yeah, if you go on YouTube and look up Heroes of World Class, they interview Gary Hart, they interview Skandar Akbar, they interview Kevin Von Erich, David Manning, the referee. He's the one that got the call from Japan about David Von Erich dying.
Yeah.
Wow.
To see Gary Hart and Skandar Akbar, who are traditional heels, speaking out of character, it's really
Mhm.
eye-opening. It really is. It's an awesome video. It's they talk about the beginnings when it built up to what it became when it started, just rose and then just gradually just went back downhill after all the deaths. They address every. We're gonna bring James on here shortly. He's got something to show Richard. Hopefully it's clean.
Oh man.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
He's probably gonna show me that smoking skull that I want.
Oh, he's got one for sale. Yeah. I think I put the snaps on it for him. He wanted gunmetal snaps. I put the snaps on for him.
That was one of the belts that got away.
But Richard, I still got this one. Still got this one.
No. I
You want
know.
this one?
I know that one.
You can have this one. But I'm thinking about asking $400 for that once I get the lacing done, which I hope to have done this weekend. I'll put up for sale next week. I might go live in the group and do that. I don't know.
Every time I start talking about Mark's got this belt I want, she goes, "I know you're gonna get it."
His wife was even impressed with these belts that he bought from me, and she's not into belts.
Oh yeah.
That Oxblood one, I loved it so much after doing three of them. I did 3 of them. I ordered one for myself so I could do Oxblood on that one with the blue back.
Well, the cut that you did around the logo plate. I mean, I literally have them right here.
Really, yeah.
They're right next to me while I'm doing this show.
Yeah, he sleeps with them. A
I
lot of
just have
people
my wife
the
move
dog
it.
sleep between him and the wife, but he lets his belt sleep between him and the wife. So
Yeah, I lay him right down the middle as a divider.
there you go. Yeah. He said, "Why don't you bring some leather to bed?" That's not what she had in mind.
Oh man. Oh man.
All right, Michael, hit me up. He's a distant cousin of mine. He's like my third cousin, I think it is.
I highly recommend Mark Leather. Definitely.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
He does a hell of a job.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me to mention our sponsors again, Mark Leather, for all your real leathering needs. I'm sponsoring my own show. And
Like I
by
said-
Unique Spirit. Oh, hold on, whoa.
Like I said, they're right near me.
Unique Spirit made those plates that he's holding right now. And Mark Leather did that.
Beautiful
that leather.
belt.
That oxblood just pops on that.
That's way better than the original leather.
Well, what's funny about that? When I first saw that TV title, it was red, but it looked that color because it was dirty and grimy and sweaty. But it looked
Mhm.
that color. So
That
And the
blue
blue
backing
backing
is
is-
awesome too.
yeah,
That's awesome. Look at that.
I got just enough blue backing to do one more, and it's going to be mine. So,
I'll tell you what. One of the things on my bucket list is I want to get Arn Anderson to sign it.
oh yes, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Don't go to his front door and do it though.
Yeah, don't go to his
Don't-
house
don't
like
do
those
that.
one people did.
Oh man, I was
Unbelievable.
gonna put it in a pizza box.
They went like early in the morning and they woke him up and he looked groggy.
I didn't hear that part, but he did look like his hair
Oh, yeah,
was.
he was
uncombed.
nice. I mean, he went ahead and he signed to be. Some people just
Yeah.
Hey, after I heard he carries a Glock, I won't knock on his door that early next time.
yeah.
There's the other one he
Good
bought
advice.
from me. You think good? Luger
Yeah,
US.
one of my all-time favorites. I love
I
that.
got to
belt.
re-leather mine.
I mean this belt right here. I mean the other one's actually in the case. The 10 pounds of gold that he did. It's in a case. I'm gonna find more cases so I can put these guys in until I get some shelving.
I'm going to bring mine on the show. Mine was by Nawaz. It looks he did it exactly like Classic Shield. I mean,
The leather on this US is like
butter.
butter. Butter.
I sent James the link, so he's going to join the show here in a minute.
He's probably getting the bagpipes ready.
Or is he finishing his Lucky Charms?
Yeah, there you go.
I know he'll kill me for that, but
Yeah, well, at least he's not playing with his lucky hands. I also want to remind people that this podcast is made possible on YouTube.
look what he's got. There you go. You got to have that on when he joins us.
Okay, yeah, he's about to join us. Hang on a second. The Brothers of Kayfabe podcast on Apple Podcasts. As a matter of fact, I met two of those guys Friday in Oklahoma City. They got a really nice podcast. It was on, I think, Tuesday night. They talk about wrestling. And I'll show you. Let's see.
Looking good, Richard. Uh-oh.
Joining us
Richard,
tonight,
I
ladies and gentlemen.
expected better of you.
What's up, lad?
I want to show you something. Y'all talk. I'm going to pull something.
Actually,
up.
James is a good friend from the past. We like to bug out on each other.
Yeah.
James knows I'm just playing. Yeah, that's nice, man. That is nice.
Oh, and speaking of this, yeah,
Now, remind me, that is one I did the snap song, correct? Yes, it is. Okay.
because
Oh,
for people who don't know,
James.
like when you have the brass-colored snaps, the gold ones, over time the oils in your fingers will strip the brass coloring away. I like doing the gunmetal snaps simply because you don't have that problem. Plus, they look pretty good too, as well.
What has that
Okay.
classic look too?
Let me answer Michael's question here. Michael, there was a cast version of the Texas title, which I actually have. There was that Levy style, which I showed at the beginning of the show. And then there was the red and gold one, which is what I'm selling. And then when Jerry Jarrett bought the promotion, he changed the color scheme to red and blue. So those are the four versions of the Texas title that I'm aware of. There was also a Texas Brass Knucks title, but I think that was a separate title. But that's the extent of my knowledge on that title. But kiss the Blarney Stone, Richard.
Kiss the Blarney Stone.
Kiss the Blarney Stone.
Oh,
Don't make-
Richard, it is for sale.
I know. I see it pop up, and I keep telling Mark, I might want to have to go get that one. That's the one that got away.
I'm working on a couple of pictures, guys. So just keep on talking. Just keep playing. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
that's the belt that got away.
I mean, come on, Richard. Come on, look at that. It's just beautiful.
If you have a layaway plan, I'll hook it up.
You need to give me at least half down.
All right, just a second. Okay, one more step. Bring it up here.
First, I mean, I originally started this belt off at 850, and it's worth that, but it's currently at 750.
I got
Come
one
on,
that
Richard.
I got one I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to fund 2 other belts. Well, 3 with the one Martin just showed earlier.
I mean, listen, the original fakes, Lucky Hands leather,
Lucky Hans, yeah.
Yeah.
fucker, with the correct property plate, not the reproductions that are made by AJS. They are not the original plates.
With all due respect, did his wife give him that nickname?
What?
Did his wife give him that nickname?
Not sure.
Hey, you never know. Stone Cold's ex-wife gave him his.
Yeah.
Honey, am I having your lucky hands tonight?
See, now I'm just not gonna. If you keep that shite up, I'm just not gonna sell it to you at all.
Okay. Now, all right. I'm going to change the subject for a minute. I was mentioning the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast.
Here, let me bring this back out then.
Respect, bro. Respect.
Yeah, respect. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I went to Oklahoma City last Friday to pick up some leather, and while I was up there, I dropped by to show off some of my belts to 2 of the guys that do the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast, Landon Bumgarner and Jake Keel. Brad Stokes, yeah, he did mine. Anyway, Jake Keel met me as I was leaving Oklahoma City, and he took a picture with one of my belts. This is him. Brothers of Kayfabe, the NWA champion. And if you look closely at that shirt, I didn't notice until somebody else mentioned it. I think Landon told me that's
Ric
a
Flair.
Ric Flair shirt. That's Ric
Yeah,
Flair.
Yeah. They started making those now.
I had a 20 to 30-minute conversation with that guy. I never noticed the shirt.
Yeah, they
So,
started making that. They have the Undertaker. They got, I believe, Stone Cold, and I believe The Rock too. Mankind.
but I didn't run into this guy though.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have sold it if they did.
No. Oh,
Oh,
he's not watching the show or he'd comment. He'll watch the replay.
Oh,
He'll
good
comment.
Jesus.
Next week
don't
we
worry,
got.
he'll watch the replay. Don't
Next
worry.
week we got to get the video clip of him playing the violin.
Yeah.
But Andy, we haven't chatted in a while. Hope you've been well.
Doing
Yeah.
good. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Just tormenting the shit out of Richard because it's fun.
Somebody's got to, right?
Yeah.
And I'll gladly do it. And I'm just waiting on Rusty Miller to get those bed tips in because I have a Winged Eagle I just sent the plates out to have the leather cut redone for the WrestleMania 13
Nice.
leather cut.
Ooh, is that just the
The
tip,
plates
Andy?
were made by Royal Belts, and he did a phenomenal job. Here, Mark, I think I sent you a picture of the belt.
Hold it up again, Andy. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Hold that up.
It's just a tip, man.
Yeah.
Just a tip.
Yeah.
You helpful
Everyone had
tips
laying
on the show.
around.
This show's all about helpful tips.
Definitely.
My thing was, I don't like those ones that are so massive they don't need to be that big. Because I've always bought my
thick.
stuff from Belt Addiction for many, many years, and it's unfortunate that a home-based company has since closed their doors. So now I'm trying to find somebody else that has the solid tips for the belts.
Nobody likes a.
I got a question. I mean, a serious question from you guys. I know not a lot of people like the spinner belt. What is your take on a spinner belt with a tip on it?
Say that again?
A
Spin
spinner
belt
belt with a tip on it.
The Cena spinner?
Well,
Yeah, like the John
when
Cena
J-Mar made them, J-Mar it's chronicled that J-Mar never used belt tips on any of his belts. So me personally, if you put a tip on a belt that was never designed by the maker with it, you're adding stuff for no reason.
I agree.
My thing on tips is if the original belt didn't have a tip, I don't
Yeah,
want the
don't do
replica
it.
at the tip.
That's pretty much where I'm at as well. Mark, I
too.
sent you a picture of
Yeah,
the
I got it.
winged eagle I had made on
Yeah.
the previous strap. I've just sent the plates out.
Let me upload it.
So, because I don't know how to share photographs on here.
I got it. Hang on. There it is. Okay. Sending me selfies. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Wrong one. Sorry.
Of all the pictures,
Where'd it go? I lost it.
you can put it up again. It's
I lost it. I lost the picture. I was gonna put it up.
because of
There it is.
Gianni. Because of
There it is.
Gianni. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Oh
Wow.
wow, that is nice.
Nice tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
You know, I never planned to own winged eagle in my collection because I wasn't a WWF guy.
It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful design. Yeah, it's kind of got
They're
that.
saying so there are people that are murmuring and saying that if Cody wins the belt, he's going to bring back the winged eagle. And I'm like,
I heard that.
they've already said that Roman's going to keep the fucking thing till WrestleMania next year.
Well, if it happens, it happens.
If he does, I hope he brings back the white strap one.
No, for fuck's sake, no.
Oh no!
Just bring
back
Winged
the
Eagle
classic
back.
black leather one.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it come back. I love that belt.
I mean, I have the WWE shop version, but I would love a good make on the WWF version.
But Royal Belts did a phenomenal job on those plates. So
Yeah,
I'm
they
quite
were
happy
good.
with that. I mean,
I'm in love.
a absolute head and shoulders different, or just way better than the last belt I had made some years ago. And Mark has seen the photographs of that Smoky Mountain that was made by a different maker.
Been a while, but yeah,
Hmm.
it's been a while, but yeah, I remember seeing. It.
Yeah, you remember those.
Yeah.
Forgets to put the torches on the strap, sends me the torches and a new strap to put everything on, but then he doesn't put holes in the new strap to put everything together.
Oops.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's where you have to stay in communication with your maker.
Well,
Yeah.
I did, and his middleman, who I've worked with, he tried to do the best he could to help remedy the situation. I give him all credit for that, but at that point, plating was coming off, and so many things went wrong. I just wanted to wash my hands of the whole situation.
I hear you.
That's the good thing about this hobby, James. You know, if
Yeah.
we
Like,
find
I
a
have
maker,
never gone onto his page or any other groups and publicly went until really now, more or less, or not even this, but like went off on the guy because I understand things happen. But you would think if you were going to send somebody a strap to put the plates on because you forgot to put something on there, you would at least put the damn holes in the thing.
You would hope.
And then
Like-
the plating issues that it came with, I don't know if it happened during transit or whatever, but the fact is this was seen by the middleman for this maker, and neither one of them noticed it until it got to my hands. And then they were like, oh, jeez, we try and fix this now. But it's like, well, you could have had this fixed. I would have been more than fine to wait further to make sure everything was done correctly. If it meant a little bit longer wait on my end to make sure what I opened up was correct, I would have been more than happy to wait. But it's not what happened here. That is a beautiful belt.
I know he's teasing me with it.
But this one, oh, also Richard. Sorry.
So Richard, Mark, he has to
Richard's
make
getting excited.
he has to make a choice now.
Oh, there's no competition here. There's no.
It's
no
like
brainer.
making me choose between my two kids.
They'll take them both.
When When in doubt, take both.
Hey, why not? Might as well. You got to live once, right?
That is gorgeous, man.
I know.
I gotta mess with Richard.
And don't worry, Richard. I don't have any for sale to put up. So
I mean, I kid you not. I'm kind of, like I said, I've said it before. It sounds like a broken record, but I'm leaning more towards the older era. And it's just the belts. Just the belts alone. I see the picture banging back and forth. The older belts every time I watch a match and I seen that belt.
Yes, insert Ted DiBiase laugh here.
Right? Hey, James, have you seen Mark's work on the NWA TV title that he did for me?
I don't believe so.
Oh, man.
Or I might have, I just don't remember.
I'll show you. This thing is amazing. I mean, amazing.
Cry.
Ooh.
very well done.
I mean, look at this. When I get to the logo plate, I mean, look at that right there. Now,
Well,
let me tell
like
you-
the Smoky Mountain that I had made by that previous maker, Mark was supposed to be doing the strap for that.
look at the logo plate.
Very nice.
Now watch this.
Wait, there's more.
There's more.
I preferred the television title was on the black strap, personally.
Well, I did too, but I did 3 of these in that color, and it kind of grew on me. So
Once I seen Arn holding this version, I wanted it.
Well, guess what? That would go really, really nice with this right here.
Oh, I have one of those. That was my first belt Mark got me. Or I got off of Mark, I should say.
Well, but look at the beauty.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
right.
Definitely.
Oh, that lacing.
That's
Oh,
gorgeous.
definitely.
Look at that.
Gorgeous.
It's just beautiful.
I mean, James, you show me yours and I'll show you mine. Now we're just showing off here.
well, let's talk about
Okay,
lacing.
that's it.
I'll show him lacing. Look at this lacing. Look at this lacing.
That's it. Richard, you forced me to do this.
Oh, geez.
Oh, this means war.
He's pulling out lucky hands himself. Watch out.
Original 99
Ooh,
no, you didn't.
Oh, no.
Oh no, you didn't.
Not the
with
Taz
the
belt.
gunmetal snaps.
Not the Taz belt. With the curve,
level
too.
point.
Did I do that one too? The snaps.
No, you did the. Fuck, I can't remember.
That's one on my list, James.
You can't remember. I can't remember. I remember doing the smoking skull. And there was another one I did.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you
another
didn't
one
do
that's
this
on
one.
my
I
list.
think you did my big eagle.
That was
Which
what it
is
was.
one of the ones I still have left.
It was a big eagle. That's right.
Considering I've sold off the majority of my collection.
Oh, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Yeah,
I think
that's
I'm
one on my
Chris.
list, James. Big time.
Yeah, I remember doing that one. That's a beautiful belt.
Yeah,
That one I have. Yeah, I have that one.
That was one of my first belts.
Oh,
I have a big eagle.
Top rope, I
but
believe I have.
Richard.
Yes, that's another one.
No, now I'm going to torture the fuck out of you.
Watch out.
Because everybody's talking about their laced, their oval intercontinentals that everybody's been getting. No one other than me has one that has been laced.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I remember when you got that done.
Yeah, I like
Oh, I
that
remember that,
laced.
yeah.
I like that laced. Yes.
And just the cut of the belt. Yeah, and the lacing. It makes it just pop.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph Jr. Trazo. I think he's a new member of the group. I think. I remember that name from earlier today. Somebody tagged him in a comment.
Hey, Ralph.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, that's a nice belt, James.
I want to go back to this comment up
I've
here.
never really liked the European title when it had the block logo. I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah, I think that comment says it all, Mark.
It does, yeah. That's what this show's all about. Despite the first hour.
No, the best part of this this hobby is pissing off Richard for belts he doesn't have yet. But just
Well,
look at how clean.
well, to be honest with you,
look
James,
at that. Just
at
look
the
at
rate
that.
I'm going,
Beautiful.
I'm gonna have to take over my son's room. Either that or his bedroom,
You move him up to the attic, right, Richard?
right?
Show off.
I mean,
do
I
what you gotta do.
lost count at 60.
Oh, look at
so
that.
I might have a
Wow.
little bit more.
That's nice.
Ooh,
That is sweet, Mark.
that's like a braid in a woman's hair.
How you think I learned how to do lace?
Ooh,
Secrets being revealed tonight, everybody.
I
She
don't
had
know.
pretty hairy armpits.
I think you use your lucky hands on that one.
Lucky how.
Richard, don't make this
Also,
work for
it's a
yourself
trick
and authority,
doing,
will they?
Let me
Lucky
show you a
how.
trick to doing corners like that. I don't know if they did on his belt or not, but on this one right here, I went through the hole twice on 2 of these holes to make sure
wow.
that's covered up.
Oh wow.
And then
Very
another
nice.
trick I learned, or I actually taught myself. That one I learned from Tandy, but this one I kind of taught myself on the contour of this one. Okay, right there. I did 3 holes right here. 3 holes. Where I did went
Awesome.
through the-
Thank you, Calvin, for inviting him.
Okay, let me catch up here. Okay, yeah, thanks for inviting him. Yeah. Okay, Vinny, I've only stitched 1 belt. I stitched a Fandu Big Gold. I will never do that again if I can avoid it. Lacing is really not that hard. I've done more lacing than I've done stitching, so I have to say stitching.
But well, in all fairness, Mark, I have been advertised. I've been telling a lot of people if you got a Fandu or any big gold and you want it properly done, stitched, I have sent people to you for that very reason that I've actually seen you do it.
Thank you for that.
Well, you just need to get one of those little handheld sewing sewing gimmicks and just
Next time I
go
get up with a
across.
spare $1,500, I will.
His
No, not
lacing,
one of them big ones, like a little handheld one that you could just run it alongside.
They don't.
his
go through leather
lacing
like
is
that.
awesome. I mean, his etching, his box work on his belts are awesome also.
Thank you.
I mean, James, I am one of the few that wife was actually amazed by belts I purchased.
Yeah, I'm probably going to send this bad boy here to Mark here in a few months.
Like this, doesn't
Once I
this
get
just
my
look
returns in and
beautiful?
everything, it needs a new leather job.
Maybe he needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
I think she needs some
Not
nice
that
braids in
this
her hair
job is
too.
bad, don't get me wrong. And
So, James, if you're gonna referee this match, we're gonna have a match between Richard and I, and the winner gets the smoking skull. Do you mind refereeing that match for us?
I will definitely referee that match. You couldn't have asked for a more
Well, wait a
professional
minute. Does he
referee.
want the match against Richard or does he want the match against the Warden?
Well, I already know that I can beat that because you would have to do the job right, not use gimmicks to disguise your voice like the fucking Shockmaster.
I don't do that anymore. You haven't seen my recent stuff, huh?
Well, if you're going to have him referee the match, you're going to have to get Chelsea Green to come in and slap his face.
The only
He's
thing
got to
is,
have Chelsea.
Do you guys have a finish, or am I counting everything legit?
I just want you to be fair and square because I don't want to go on live and
Well,
start crying that I
we'll definitely
lost.
work a finish.
You're gonna do that anyway.
Actually,
Well,
James was
like,
a
you
judge
know-
in the match in the promo battle I did, and
We
I felt
worked the
bad for
finish.
the guy who lost.
We'll get together after, and we'll come up with a really good finish that makes everybody look good.
Now, James, Seamus here. We go way back with Mark. Also, I know both of them from the promo world. That's how I met both of them. And, it was the good old days back in the day. These two guys were awesome to be with doing promos and stuff. And we're like family. We always bug out on each other.
But you're like that weird cousin that kind of,
I'm that cousin from America that's Irish, but
you may have heritage, but I'm from the homeland.
I know, and I honor that. I respect that. Hey, Jim Rogers in the building.
What's up, Jim?
Jim, hello, Jim. Where are you seeing names, Richard?
I have the chat open
Oh,
as
okay.
well as on the Facebook page. I got it on my laptop so I can see all the comments.
You got Command Control Central there.
So, Richard, here's further evidence of this. Here's the back of my business card.
Nice. I like that. That is awesome. You should get that tattooed. That'd be a nice tattoo, man.
Yeah, it would.
So, if anybody needs their knives sharpened, they're willing to send them to me.
I definitely agree with that one.
Anybody
look me
have
up.
an opinion who the best winged eagle maker is now, other than Reggie Parks?
Classic Shields.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it has to be. They're tops. I mean,
But you pay a premium for it.
you pay, but you get your money's worth. I mean,
You pay.
I would have to say, now that Reggie's dead, I'd have to say Classic Shields, ORM, and Royal Belt. Mohammed Lukman, who did mine, did a phenomenal job.
another great one is Muhammad Nawaz. Nawaz
Yep.
never
Nawaz-
let me down. He's never
It
let
was.
me down.
He did my FTW Eagle belt, Taz belt.
This one right up here, I had made by Dream Championship belts. He did a pretty good job on them.
Yeah, that
I'll
was.
tell you what he did with his sidebars. A lot of them are welded on, some of them are screwed on. He welded and screwed them on. They're not going anywhere.
Nice.
No.
I mean, if you pay the money like Classic Shields,
You will
I
get
mean-
the actual Reggie Parks replica artwork here. It says Reggie Parks replica.
it's well
2002.
worth the wait.
Just prepared to wait. It's at least
Yep.
a year,
Mhm.
but it's well worth the wait.
I've never ordered directly from them. I got
Mhm.
mine secondhand, but now I can see by just getting them secondhand, imagine how you're just buying it from them.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said it. I've said it many times. You can't rush perfection. Perfection takes time.
Like, people for the longest time have always given me issues because I know Luckhands has had his issues before he closed stuff down, and he's last he and I chatted. It's been a minute. He's clearing out his backlog, and he's since, as most people have known by now, it's been many years, has closed his Facebook page. He's not even on his even personal page is no longer on Facebook.
Hmm.
But every strap he's made for me has been amazing. And I was one of the very few people that were willing to wait. It took time, but I was always happy with what I received.
You're welcome, Raphael.
Let
mean,
me say
just-
something about this guy right here, okay? We are shaping the minds of America's collectors and the worldwide collectors, actually. There's no need to shop around for a belt. No. Just
I mean,
put your butt in front of this screen and on
You-
Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and you will learn. I brought that from a radio broadcast I listen to every day.
There you go, Richard. So that's a third belt. I
That
know
is
you're
classic, man.
chomping at the bit to get your hands on.
I agree.
That's
Did
Jeff
everybody's volume go down?
What?
My volume
I
must have
didn't.
went down. It's not on my end.
Years, yeah. I hear you. Fine.
So yeah, Richard, you want this thing? It's $750.
Well, in that case, I should be getting mine soon. So
And he'll do free
Oh.
shipping, right, James?
That price comes with domestic shipping.
Go.
Nice.
If you want me to send it to you outside of the US, you need to cover the full shipping cost prior to the belt leaving my hands. Like, I just sold my Ring of Honor world title to a gentleman down in Australia, a wonderful guy to do business with. Nice guy. He paid up everything up front. It is now left the US, is now in transit to Australia. Let me pull up our conversation. So if you guys ever do business with this gentleman out of Sydney, Damien Franco, very nice guy. Good communication and everything.
Oh,
'Cause that's-
E-Dub. Was that
E-Dub,
yeah. Yeah, Eddie is he's
Yeah, just do your research, Raphael.
see.
Just really do your research.
Oh, and by the way, warning everybody, Eddie is popping up again on TikTok. I don't know what he thinks.
I don't have to.
David Lockwood Jr. is back in various groups as well.
under an alias or under.
No, David Lockwood Jr. I just recently saw him posting again in the Belt Talk group, and I'm well aware of this idiot.
I'm not laughing at
Terry,
you, James.
what's
I'm
up,
just
man?
laughing at a comment.
This is a dad joke, but it's hilarious. I posted that last week because somebody else posted it, and I can't remember who posted it. Somebody in the
Mucho.
Mucho.
I see AD Terry.
Terry,
He usually
Get back
watches
to work.
he usually watches the replays. I'm glad to see him on live tonight.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good to see AD.
Maybe
I
I
get him
kind of
on
like
show
doing
sometime.
having the chat open so I can kind of see our the comments and how many people are interacting. I mean, so far since the show's gone on, we have 53 comments.
Appreciate
Ralph,
the participation.
he's done with Fight Night and FanDuel. You also got Unique Spirit, which sponsors this show. You got Mateen Ahmed. He's the one who made the Silver US I showed off earlier.
Now,
Just
Raphael, if
basically
you're
just
looking
show
to
up.
buy your first belt and
Mateen
you don't
Ahmed
have a lot of money, there is guys out there that have what's called the layaway plan.
AD
Yeah, the belt
Terry,
makers are definitely willing to work with you. They're willing
Sorry.
to work with you.
knife hands.
I need to explain this joke for some people that don't get this. I posted this the other day and I got it from somebody else. I'm going to start using the word mucho around any of my Spanish speaking friends because it means a lot to them. So.
Oh, okay.
It's a dumb joke, but it's hilarious.
It's funny. It's funny.
It is. It's funny. Good, clean humor. Yeah.
And Mark, if you'd like, Trinity Sharpening can also sponsor the show as well.
Oh yeah. Show me the money. Show me the
You
money.
can always do the knife of the week.
Knife of the week.
Well, I'm a journeyman
knife.
meat cutter, and I sharpen knives on the side.
Blade of the week. Blade of the week.
Mark,
Hey,
he'll give
I
you
have
Mark,
a
he'll be
pizza
sure-
cutter that needs
When
sharpening.
your blade, I'm trying to work out a slogan, and with the unfortunate passing of Scott Hall,
When your blade is as dull as the chick on prom night, send it
no,
to James.
when your blades
He'll sharpen
need
it up.
a razor's edge.
This Jaguar John, I hear a lot of good things about him.
Same here. I hear a lot of good stuff as well.
Yeah,
I had a
Jagger
guy
John
basically
is
use him,
pretty
so-
good from what I heard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what belt I was going to order from him, but I can't remember.
Azam Hussein from Shazam Belts does nice work too.
Rizwan Mirza. Rizwan Mirza was a good one.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
He's the one that made this. Well, you can't see it behind the chair, but there's a big gold back there. That big gold back here. Crumb Ryan. He made that one.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
He does a pretty good dome globe too.
So, but yeah, Terry, congratulations a couple weeks back for being promoted to E7. Congratulations. Gentlemen, if people don't know, AD Terry is currently serving in the U.S. Army. And recently, a couple months back, got promoted.
AD,
Thank you for your
video
service,
that.
AD.
Video that, would you please? We'd like to see that.
Yeah. that'd be
So,
good.
Terry, I'm just going to have to mess with you and just knife hand you. Be like, you already owe Angry Cups a video of you smoking the Joes at your current installation. We're both waiting on that.
I want to say something about AD.
He's a good man. This is a good guy.
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. And thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah,
lad.
thank you, AD.
But here's what he would do to me. He did this for several weeks. He would miss the show live because he was either away or whatever. But he would send me a picture, a screenshot of his TV with this show on to let me know he was watching it. So I really appreciated that.
Mhm.
Really, really cool. Really cool. AD Terry's a great guy.
Yeah, Terry's a good lad.
And he's there defending our country, which I really appreciate.
Yep.
You
And
want
he's got
him.
some
You need him on
really
that
nice
wall.
belts in his collection as well. He's got some nice stuff in there.
I said it before in another show, but you guys know Dan Lambert has a nice belt collection
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he gave
of
Cody the
ring
belt.
ring
He gave
used belts.
Yeah, he gave Cody the belt that Dusty's holding in that picture, the
Yep.
WWF belt. He
Yep.
gave that to Cody.
I mean, the guy is awesome. I met him in person. Like I said, went to an AEW show, and he actually handed me and my friend front row tickets out of nowhere.
Can't
And
beat
all
that.
he did was say, "Hi, Dan. How you doing?" Really decent guy, man.
There's another guy that has an incredible collection, not just of belts, but wrestling memorabilia from several different organizations. A lot of them are world class, and I think Mid South. Dave Miller, and I
Oh,
need
wow,
to reach
yeah.
out to see. Yeah, I want to get him on the show.
He doesn't he have a couple of Flair's robes?
Well, he's got
Yeah.
one. He may
He's
have
got
more. But,
one. Yeah, he's got great collection.
well, I
yeah.
think it's a replica.
Yeah, but
I
it
can't
looks like the real thing. I mean,
I think his wife made that one, but I
yeah,
could be wrong.
he's got a great collection.
He showed that collection off in the Championship Belt Brothers group. Which,
Mhm.
by the way, check that group out too. You want to be a member of a belt group, Ralph? Join Championship Belt Brothers.
Mhm.
And
You
yeah,
You know who's got a nice collection? Steve, the GWC.
Oh yeah,
Talk about wrestling memorabilia. He's got a house. I believe it's 3 stories.
yeah. He was on WWE Most Wanted Treasures.
Yep.
They took him right through his house.
Oh yeah.
He's
I
got quite
actually
the collection.
PM him directly about the insurance thing for the collectible, for the belts and stuff.
yeah. Ben Walker and Jermaine Floyd run Championship Belt Brothers. They're
Yeah.
great guys, drama free.
Mhm.
You can buy
The way
belts
it's
off of them.
drama free, the way it should be.
Yeah, sucker free.
Exactly.
Oh, sucker free. They also have
There you
merchandise.
go.
You can buy, T-shirts. I have
Oh,
yet to
yeah.
order one. I need to check the sizes, make sure the sizes are correct. I usually wear a large, but they've been kind of fitting tight lately. So
I think we all got to purchase
out.
some Spanning the Globe shirts.
It's expansion, Mark. It's
yes, expansion. Well, I want to expand up here, not down here.
No, I know, but we can't help it. It's
Yeah. No, I'm still entertaining the idea of doing a Wide World of Belts and Spanning the Globe T-shirts, but I need to work out a deal with. I'm going to get a hold of Ben and see who does his, and I don't want to use what's that? Pro
For
Wrestling Tees.
wrestling tees, yeah. Because
You'll
if
silver
you
me,
don't sell, they just take it down.
Yeah.
it's a bit pricey to do so for
Yeah.
I understand.
I need to come up with some more designs other than what they did for me. Jake Heel, the guy showed with the NWA belt with the Ric Flair shirt, he did that logo that's up in the upper right hand corner. He did that logo for me, which
Nice.
is really the world
Nice.
class logo with Spanning the Globe on it.
Mhm.
But I need to come up with some better ones.
Hey, can I take a quick? I'd like to take a quick survey, if you will. While NXT UK was a bit more prominent, and I know that when the North American title came out for NXT over here, who else thinks that they should have resurrected the European title for NXT UK for their mid card?
You got me there.
What was that again, James? I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. I was coughing earlier and I muted it and I forgot to say. Yes, that's the first thing I thought was yes, they should have brought it back. Yes.
Yeah.
They,
Makes
But-
makes sense.
but
Too much sense.
When I saw the UK design,
Yeah.
honestly, that was probably the best looking one they had, company wide. Period.
It's gorgeous.
I still think that was one of the best designs. Was the UK design.
I was thinking about that big silver and that smoking skull, so I lost a thought. Train of thought. for a minute.
$750 and it can be yours.
You could have it by next week.
Hmm?
I said he could have it by next week.
All I need is the money. You said, and I do want to actually touch on this because I've seen this. Sorry, my phone's on a little stand that keeps falling over. I want to touch on this with like the payments because of how a lot of things go on with the whole tax codes in the US now. Anything once you hit $600 received via goods and services, they have to report that to the IRS now, and you have to pay taxes on that. I would say sending friends and family is, I agree with 99% of sending goods and services. If you are uncertain of the person you're dealing with, even if you get references and everything goes good and everyone, vouches for said person, you still feel a little bit trepidatious. Definitely, you still go for goods and services if you feel that way. But I feel it's like if you have done business with someone many, many times, or this person is solid in this hobby, there should be no worry about sending friends and family, so that the person you're buying a belt from does not get slapped with taxes for that transaction.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I sell this belt now for $750, and the minute my PayPal account shows that I have made more than $600 or more in the year
You're getting a
through
1099
goods and
form.
services, that all gets reported, and then you have to file taxes on that the following year.
You have to report that as taxable income. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I would say if you know this person is solid, and like when I sell this thing, I'm selling it friends and family because I know my reputation is good. You can ask Richard, Mark, and many others in a lot of these groups, Terry, Frank, Paul, Ryan Stokes, Richard Simpson. You can ask all these guys. I'm as good as gold in this. I've actually been used once or twice as a middleman between two guys that didn't trust each other with a trade about a few years ago. One guy was trading the shop block IC. The other guy was trading the redone ECW that just came out a few years ago, the 5mm. They were kind of trepidatious on trades, and that's something that's a completely different deal. Like if you're trading belt for belt and you feel very cautious, I would think having a trusted middleman, if you both know that person is solid. So say I was trading a belt with Richard. So say I was going to trade him my ECW for God knows what. And say we're kind of cautious about this. I would say, hey, why don't we reach out to Mark? We both know him. Stand-up guy. Hey, Mark, would you mind being a middleman for a trade just so we know that there's going to be no funny business? Does that sound okay to you? Just when you get each belt, make sure it is what they say it is, and then
Make sure it's not a brick or a map of the world.
or what Sam Thompson of Phoenix, Arizona did to me many years ago for a trade and sent me an empty box. Literally. It was
You
just
could
a
get
trade.
pissed too. Put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, good Jesus.
Okay.
But yeah, when it comes to trades, it wouldn't hurt to have a trusted middleman between you that you both agree on. You both know the guy is solid.
I could just
But
see
when it
that
comes to
shirt with
selling,
with the caption.
if you know
I
that
took
person
a can
is,
to
if
the
you know
chest
that person
and cleaned it
is,
off.
he's above board, there shouldn't be an issue sending the money, friends and family, knowing that he's got to file taxes on it.
Well, actually, Dustin King offered that service, and nobody ever took him up on it
For what?
to do middleman trading.
Well, I don't know how prevalent that really is, because I don't know, aside from the one instance that I was involved in, I don't know how prevalent that still really is, trade for belt for belt.
It still happens, and people are still getting scammed over the deal.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If
Some people selling trading zinc belts and getting brass belts in return.
Yeah.
that's a whole different deal in and of itself. If you market that, hey, this belt is up for trade, and you misrepresent it, but the person gets exactly what you're showing them, but you misrepresented what it was initially in terms of at least plate material, that's a whole different ball game in and of itself.
He's back.
Definitely.
Yeah. The best
Right.
advice I can give on a trade is trade with people you know, people you're
Yeah.
comfortable with, people you know, because there's a lot of people in this hobby I don't know, and I won't trade it. Period. I just don't. I buy and sell belts. Mainly, I buy, but you know, if I'm not satisfied with one, I'll sell
We
it.
can tell.
So, uh, Ralph Jr. Trazo sent me a picture of his collection. I'm gonna put this up here, not in specific order.
Ooh, very nice.
He's a WWF fan, apparently.
Nice.
He also collects figures.
Wow, look
Nice.
at that. Very nice.
Look at those belts on top of the cases there.
Oh my God, you had to show me that now.
The white strap winged eagle.
Yep.
Looks very nice.
What are those above those belts? Is that like movie posters? It's like movie
Those
posters.
are, I think they're the boxes of
Yeah, the boxes for the figures. I just read down
figurines.
below.
Oh, okay.
Figurine, yeah,
I see that. Yeah.
Yep. very nice.
That is a sick collection, man.
I like the Terminator head over to the right too.
Trust
Oh,
me,
yeah.
if I had room, I'd have other stuff. I have figures on one side of the room and belts on the other.
Hey, Richard.
Oh my God, Mark.
And then James will hold his up for you. Put it up, James. There you go.
He's got that one.
But it's still beautiful.
It's
It
beautiful. Yeah.
is. It
If
is.
it wasn't so far away, I would grab it.
Yeah. Cuddles wins belts. He doesn't pay for them. He wins them.
It's because he's
Box
cuddles.
Okay.
Yeah, that Andre Giant belt from FanDuel, Mark Laverty, you'd like it.
I'm sorry,
Ralph,
Richard.
yeah,
I put
those
the hat back
figures are
on.
sick,
I was
man.
blinded there for a second.
I like that collection. I gotta say,
Hey, Richard, those magic erasers, do they really work?
magic erasers.
Only if you dip them in miracle water.
Yeah, only if you dip them in miracle water. I had one of the
Very nice
guys.
question, Ralph. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah,
I had
definitely.
one of
What's
these
about?
guys in the promo group that I'm in now, and they always try to get me to do the line from Batman where he says, "Swear to me," in my Warden voice. So once in a while, I'll throw it in the promo. And
There
they
you
always
go.
come up with the little gifs with Batman saying, "Swear to me."
Swear to me.
Swear to me. Actually, speaking of Batman, I just got done watching the new one the other night. I gotta say, I like it. Oh, Mark. Oh man.
Mark, let's do it at the same time. 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
wait. Yeah. Everybody has a price. This was 400. So
I want his laugh to be my ringtone.
you can
Hey,
get
you
it.
can find it.
I had the
Hey, I got a
privilege
good ringtone. Mark likes when it goes off.
Oh my god.
It goes off at the perfect time. I was at the grocery store one day with my wife, and she was talking to me, and she was a little bit further down. So my ringtone goes off. It's Peter Griffin from Family Guy. He goes, "Oh my God, who the hell cares?" And the lady gave me like the dirtiest look. I'm like, it wasn't me. It was my ringtone.
I had a ringtone for text that it's Roger Moore saying, "My name is Bond, James Bond." So
Thanks
Ralph,
again,
I
Ralph.
hope you tune in every week. And if you want to come on the show, we'd love to have you come on, talk about your collection, talk about your favorite wrestling shows, your favorite championships, things like that. That's what the show's about.
Big Ben is in the building. Good evening, Big Ben.
Hit the wrong button.
Of course you did.
No, I hit the back arrow button on my browser on my phone instead of hitting something else to.
Damn thumbs.
Yeah, I like when
Ben?
everybody shows their collections. You know what I mean? And
Well, I mean, I had more, but I've since sold off the majority. Like my entire Ring of Honor Triple Crown I've sold all except for my ECW collection. I had a pair of tags, real leathered, the television title, and the black logo world title. That's the only one I have left. Out of my WWF collection, the only belts left are
Everything
my
is good,
Smoking
Ben. Thank
Skull,
you
my
very
Big
much.
Eagle, and my European. My tag has been sold. My Intercontinental has been sold. My light heavyweight has been sold. My women's title has been sold.
There's Ben. Hello, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
I've
Facebook
had
user,
the
please click on the
stacked,
StreamYard
UFC
to accept,
version 3. I've had
so we can
that
see who you are.
twice.
We'd love to have you. Maybe we can have you on next week or something. I don't think we have a guest schedule. Oh, I might have a guest schedule for next week, but we'll get you on. We'll get you on. We'll figure it out.
I just happen to be off on a Thursday for the first time in a while. I'm usually not off on Thursdays.
We were blessed by your presence.
I actually look forward to doing your
Well,
show
for Richard, it's more of
Thursdays.
like a curse.
What was that?
He says
Yeah.
this is first for you.
No, I look
Yes.
forward to doing this show with all you guys, and then, getting to reach out to other people. It's awesome. And see all the good comments and stuff. We're up to 76 comments so far since we've been on.
Come
That's
on,
not too bad
Richard.
for having
All
a-
you gotta do is put half down now, and then you can pay off the rest. And then I send it once the balance is clear.
And our viewers have gone up and they went down. We're up to 6 now. So
I got 8. I'm showing 8, but you're watching Facebook.
you're at 8? Yeah, I'm watching it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm showing 6 on Facebook, 2 on YouTube. Sorry.
Cool.
Andy, that's a nice belt you got there.
Thank you.
That's
And
so-
on my-
I remember that one.
Is that the current the new replica, or is that a maker?
It's a
This
Nawaz.
was Nawaz made this one. Got it from Kevin Davenport, and
Yeah, that's
there's
nice.
not
man.
one bad spot on it.
That is nice.
He got a deal on that one.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
beautiful.
Let's see.
That's another one that's on my
Yeah,
list.
man, you scored big time.
Looking forward to that one, Nathan.
I jumped on it as soon as he said.
Awesome.
I almost bought that belt.
Yeah.
Almost did.
Missed it by
In a way,
that
I'm glad I
much.
didn't, and another way I wish I had. But yeah, WCW champion.
Ooh.
That wasn't a belt I followed, but it's a Nawaz belt, and the price was perfect.
Yeah.
Another belt I let slip through my hands was a WCW US title. It was Figs, and I sold it to somebody because they liked it. So I let it go.
Yeah, that's the belt he had on last week. Facebook users.
Nice.
Oh my God, who cares?
Oh my God. I actually muted that so it doesn't go off during the show.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing
Well,
I
fun.
love about this hobby of ours is we get to meet so many amazing people, and just learn about everybody's collections and stuff, and just enjoy seeing everybody's collection and the love of the hobby. You know what I mean? The positive things.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it should be.
Mhm.
But
Should
some
be.
people want to get a wild hair up their arse and try to make it about them.
Eddie
I mean,
Williams.
I have a neighbor of mine that's not a belt collector, and the wife's like, "Why don't you come over?" 'Cause like I said, I do my promo stuff in my wrestling cave, and I had to tell him what I do for fun, because I didn't want him to think I was yelling at the wife or beating the wife or whatever. So I brought him in and I said, "What do you think?" I opened up the door and his reaction was like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was in there." You know?
Yeah, you never sell 10 pounds of gold. Never, ever sell 10 pounds of gold.
No.
Nope.
If I
They come to live.
if I decided to get completely out of the hobby, well, I'm selling off belts to help pay bills because of how things have been going lately with all of this fun shenanigans.
Hey, Mark, I just sent you
that-
something.
This
If you wouldn't care to look at
will
it,
be probably one of the last belts I ever sell.
I'll tell you
know.
one thing.
I will be buried with
My belts
all of them.
are an investment also as well as a
Like they'll have to charge
collection.
extra.
The biggest
But-
problem is really for like myself, for the predominancy, like all of my belts except one are official replicas. My resale value is nearly nothing what it would have been 5 years ago. Like for anybody listening, how much 5 years ago? How much do you think I could have got? Sold this for, and people wouldn't have batted an eye.
You would have got at least
Re-leathered,
1,500
original
for it.
replica with the authentic property plates.
I would say anywhere from 15 to 2,000
Right.
easily.
And I'm struggling to get this sold for $750. I came down from $850.
Mm-hmm.
I have the original Page NXT belt. It's on the regular shop strap, no missing stones. I just don't have the belt bag. I've been putting that up to see if I get any bites, and I haven't had anything yet.
This trend is gaining steam. I got another viewer that sent me a picture of his collection. This is Calvin Turner's collection.
Ooh, very nice.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I
This
have a
is what the
question.
show
What
is
are,
supposed to
what
be
are
about.
those red things? Is
That's
that
probably
felt?
some velvet or pillows.
Is that velvet?
Velvet.
Follows that velvet.
What is that velvet?
Yeah, I got it, Calvin. You're looking at it now. Yeah, Calvin, what are those under the belts? The red, is that velvet or is it pillows? Because I know
Looks like velvet. Looks like towels, maybe.
I don't know, but I've seen that before. Red. Red is a popular color under belts, but
Yeah,
very
I
nice.
agree, Ben.
Yeah, let's know what that is. But thanks for sharing your collection. This is what the show's supposed to be
Yeah,
about.
that
is
is awesome. It's velvet sheets. Oh, Calvin said.
velvet sheets. Okay, velvet sheets. I'm sorry, I was supposed to say Calvin and velvet at the same time. Velvet.
Is it velvet?
Yeah, velvet. Yeah, the market is saturated. It's hard to sell belts nowadays.
It's very much a buyer's market right now.
It
Exactly.
is. Speaking of which, I got this one for sale by Muhammad Asser, 4mm zinc, 350 shipped, as well as the Texas Heavyweight Championship by Muhammad Asif. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Muhammad Asif, also 4mm zinc for a 350 ship. So I got a guy that's interested in it. He just commented earlier. So
Awesome.
hit me up during or after the show. I won't be able to respond until after.
I did get offered a good trade for it, though. I got to admit it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing it.
I'm still contemplating
Oh.
it. I'm really thinking about it.
Good night, Mark. He actually had his own T-shirt, Ultimate Cuddles.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Mark.
Gianni's got his own shirt.
Put this on a T-shirt.
I just got hit by a can. And
I'm
I
not-
bladed it off.
And I'm not selling, damn it. I'm not going to sell.
Gianni 316
If Carmine
said,
does not
I
already
just
have
got
that
hit with a
picture,
can and I
somebody for
took
the
it like
love
a
of
champ.
God, send that to him.
Oh, Carmine
think
should get
that-
another Gianni shirt.
Think about making that a T-shirt.
There you go.
Don't
Why
know if
not?
it's sell, but I'd buy one.
Why not?
Also making this one a T-shirt, maybe.
That with the red, with the letters being black, being red on the shirt would look good on a white shirt or any
Or like this one.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, right.
Just
there.
like that. Yep.
Just like that. Yep.
I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna look into it.
I definitely buy both of them.
Now, whether they sell or not, I don't know, but I would love to have one myself, obviously.
Mhm.
Oh,
Sure.
I got to get me some classic wrestling tees.
Okay, James,
Basically, my whole wardrobe.
James, bear with me. We'll get all these
Oh,
downloaded.
you're good. Man.
My neighbor goes,
I
"Do you
figured
own
you could
any
say
other
that
shirts
for
other
me.
than wrestling shirts?" I was
Talk
like, "Yeah, I have my
about
work
coming up
shirts."
for me.
Should have said, are there any other shirts available?
6.
Or my
Yeah.
dress shirts.
Okay, still update the viewers. Okay. Let me upload these pictures. I'm gonna. James sent me some pictures. He wants me to share.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, why am I still on full screen? I don't know why I did that. You for taking it off full screen. Not that I love to see myself. I'm not even looking at the screen. Okay. Let's see.
But it was marvelous.
It was marvelous, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Ralph says they are velvet.
Velvet.
But
Oh,
again,
velvet.
James, I'm glad you're feeling better and you're over the hump of that whole thing.
Thanks, man. It was honestly, it was rough. I'm still like I said, having some headache issues and stuff. They come and go. I'll sit there and I think, oh, I'll
That's
need
just
to grab a
because we're
soda 'cause
Richard.
of
Don't worry
caffeine.
about that.
But
Okay. James, I'm gonna put these up one at a time, and I'll let you narrate them.
all right. This is our All Star Wrestling's big Bash and Beckley. This is the second one,
Oh
obviously. Bash and Beckley
wow!
2.
I like the lineup.
And this is kind of our WrestleMania here locally, Beckley, West Virginia. And I just want to point out how close Beckley is to a lot of places around.
Except Kentucky.
Well, no, you hear me out, okay? Charleston,
What?
my hometown, Charleston, West Virginia to Beckley is only 1 hour. Huntington to Beckley is 2. Roanoke, Virginia to Beckley is only 2 hours. Charlotte to Beckley, Charlotte, North Carolina is a little over 3 hours.
How far is
Bristol,
it
Tennessee?
from Annapolis, Maryland?
Bristol, Tennessee to Beckley is 2 hours and 20 minutes. Morgantown, West Virginia to Beckley is 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is like our little WrestleMania. And if you can put up another picture, I can at least give you kind of a heads up of what we've got going on as far as matches. This is going to be the main event. First time ever, Wolves versus FTR.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Dennis Condrey of the Midnight Express is going to be managing FTR.
The fact that he's the
Nice.
only original member of the Midnight Express alive.
Yeah. Well, no, Randy Rose is still alive.
I meant under the National Midnight Express, under the managerial
Cornette,
service of one James
yeah.
E. Cornette.
Stan Lane's still around.
Next, Brian Myers and Shane Douglas versus Heath Miller and Rhino, and that is Francine.
Nice.
Was.
Hi, Francine.
I always see her. Where are the wrestlers
Yeah, I
at?
don't see anybody else. Yeah.
I don't want to show up to that show with my NWA because he'll probably throw it.
I'd buy
you
her Vaughn.
mother!
I mean, buy one of her
Rhino's an
pictures.
NWA champion.
Oh,
We
you
can
bastard,
read his
you
autograph.
bastard.
Brian Pillman Jr. is taking on one of our guys, Huff Manley, for the ASW X Division Championship.
I like this one coming up here.
This is going to be a great match. I hope I get this
Jesus.
one.
So
This is going to be really, really good. Kerry Morton versus
Is Ricky
Enzo.
going to be there, Jim?
I don't know. He's not been announced yet, but there are other names possibly coming.
Okay.
So I'm hoping. This is another one of our guys, Vance Desmond. He recently had a little bit of a attitude change because he didn't get booked on the 16th anniversary show. And he kind of called out the promoter and Stephen P. New. And they were like, oh, well, okay, you want to talk some trash? You get to face Kaz.
I know what you said, James.
Yeah. And that'll be a great match. Vance is actually really, really, really
Yeah,
good.
I
He's
like
one of these
Kaz,
offensive
man. He's
guys,
kind of
man.
did
And when
a
he gets in the
360,
ring,
man.
you're-
The guy
you're
looks
like,
good.
Yeah, Kaz has got it going on right now.
Yeah.
Another collection sent to me. I love this. I love this. Okay. Upload it.
I hate to ask.
No.
Also making an appearance will be Jake the Snake Roberts. I
Slow down
didn't
the
send
first
that picture.
Uncle Jake.
See right there at the top in the center.
Tully Blanchard, JJ Dillon.
Heck yeah. That's worth it right there.
I see him. Yeah.
I'd pay to go to it. Definitely.
I would too. I wish it was
When I saw
closer to me.
Francine, I thought that was Mickey James at first.
Is that what's her name? The redhead. What's her name?
Oh, I know who you're
Redhead,
talking
right?
That
Is that Chrissy
Chrissy
Hemme?
Hemme.
No,
Chrissy
no,
Hemme.
that is not Chrissy Hemme. That is actually
Looks like her.
Jessie Bell, the daughter of Tracy Smothers.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's a lot of legends whose kids are wrestling nowadays.
A whole lot.
Oh, what's
yes.
his name? His daughter. As a matter of fact, there's a bunch of them that are starting to wrestle now.
Tessa Blanchard.
What do you call his daughter? Is actually in development for WWE.
No, that's not
What's
Hemme.
his name?
That's Jessie Bell.
What was the guy that did the Cobra? He put
What's
the
that?
Oh, that
Cobra
fucking idiot.
thing on.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, the guy who pissed off Cornette.
Yeah,
Yeah, his daughter's gorgeous.
that was
She's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
I
know who
heard
you're talking-
Piper's daughter
Morelli?
is also
Morelli?
wrestling.
Is it
I
Morelli?
can't think of his name.
See, here's the fun part. Nobody gives a damn
It
about the
starts
dude
with an
anymore,
S.
but we're
Yeah.
talking about his kid.
His daughter is
San-
gorgeous.
Santino Morella.
There
Thank
you
Yes,
you.
go.
really, yeah.
There you
His
go.
daughter is drop dead.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
she's smoking.
Whoa.
Well, Piper's
Yeah.
daughter's hot, and so is Bulldogs.
What the question was asked? It was the guy who pissed off James Cornette or Jim Cornette. Who hasn't pissed off Jim Cornette?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
The Rock's
Okay, this-
daughter's in development. Yeah, I also heard she hurt her knee real bad.
Hmm.
So she's been doing a lot of modeling for Tommy N's brand, his clothing brand.
Tito Santana's daughter's wrestling now.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. She just found not many years ago. She found out that she was Tito's daughter, and he gave
Oh,
her
really?
permission to use the last name Santana. Yeah.
I did not know that. Was this
Yeah.
like
So-
a ring rat kind of thing?
Most likely.
So
Okay.
what do you think? I know you guys watch wrestling. Certain guys don't watch the new stuff, but Andy, what do you think about the new group that's starting with Edge and Damian Priest?
I don't know. I mean, I want to like it,
Actually,
but I
eight.
just hope
did
they
this.
do everything the way, right. I mean,
Well, I know
hoping
who
that-
the first female is going to be.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
That's going to be Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
Yep.
I think if they do it right, they bring back
Out of
bring
various
back-
women wrestlers, she's the only British wrestler that I find very nice.
Oh yeah,
I would bring
No,
back.
no,
I
well,
gotta agree with that,
She was
Joe.
Australian.
The whole thing will be British and me. That's already a sore issue as it is for anyone who understands my country's history with them. But for Rhea Ripley's sake, I can forgive the last 853 years.
Oh, me too.
But
I don't
James,
think
as
you're
far
gonna
as that
see
goes,
Brood
I've heard
2.0.
rumors
I
that
think you're going to see
they
more
might
of a
bring.
ministry.
I heard they might bring back Gangrel and have the new guys, bring him for a short time and have the guys take him out so they could be. They got
You
him
know what
done.
you know what I also heard? That Wyndham might be the leader.
Barry Windham.
No,
Wyndham Rotunda. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, Bray
Yeah, I mean,
Wyatt.
'cause
Oh yeah, but if
he's
he
been
comes
gone
back,
for
it'll
so
be Bray
long.
Wyatt.
If he was
There's
headed
no way
to-
that they're going to let that go.
If he was headed to AEW, I think he would have done it by now.
You
So,
know
I
what?
mean,
He
I
had a
agree.
he
I
had a
think
big
he's just
amount of
sitting
money
back
that he
and they're
wanted.
He's going to
And I don't
basically
think
make an
AEW
offer
is ready
and
to pay that
people are
out.
gonna go nuts.
Yeah.
They're gonna, because if he does come back, and just think about it, he's been gone what now? A year, a little over a year now.
Something like yeah.
Wow.
You know, and he maybe 2 years. He's been gone long enough where people are kind of forgetting about him.
He's already
Right.
filmed his first movie, his first horror movie.
And
Would
when
be a
they
horror
bring
movie,
him
wouldn't it?
back, you'll have all these fans that'll just go crazy. The merch will go crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll
nobody
be
ever
the-
dreamed that Cody would come back, so it's very believable that.
Well, he
he'd come
never
back
he
too.
never signed with the other guys.
No, he didn't.
Never say
didn't.
never.
Never say never. That's right.
You know, and did you hear Cody cut a promo? I guess after SmackDown went off the air about he gave props to a little independent company called I forget what it was called, but it was it was a little
Cover your narrative.
It was cool. Was that no? It wasn't Control Your Narrative. No, it was a company after he left WWE before he got with Ring of Honor and NWA and all that, and started doing all that. He went to like a Battle Zone, something wrestling. And
What do
he
you
actually
think
gave
about
them
the
props on a WWE mic?
the
which
new?
kinda-
Yeah,
okay.
that was awesome. What do you think about the merger? The pay-per-view that's coming up for AEW with New Japan.
Yeah, I'll be honest, no interest. I'm to the point now when it comes to AEW that I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to bash a product. I just don't watch it because I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I do.
Two
agree with you.
guarantees. He's always got a big announcement, and he always got to turn the lights out.
Oh, yeah.
Got to go out. It's a big announcement, and
Yeah.
none of them still get them.
All right, Mark.
And once again,
Speaking of
I don't want
belts,
to beat the product up. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not exciting to me. Honestly, it's like diet soda of wrestling. I just don't want to. I don't want to consume it at all.
I can just
Yes.
imagine when I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to say, Mark,
Yeah.
Richard,
Yes, sir.
don't you want this belt?
You want this belt? It's calling to you. Speaking of belts, I'm going to close this show off with one more collection. AD Terry, who's watching the show for around the first time, I guess, live. He usually watches replays. He sent me a picture of his collection.
Oh wow,
It's up there.
Wow.
Get the
nice.
details.
Kill
See,
it.
that's that thick velvet.
The velvet.
I need to get me some belt holders for my cases.
I like how he's got the lights in there too.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about these cubes is you can't light them up.
You can. You
You
just gotta
can, but
you get like streams or lines of the lights, and it goes around the squares and everything.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I want to get the lights when I walk into my man cave, like the grocery store. They light up each one as you walk past them.
Oh, yeah.
Motion sensitive. You can get the motion sensors on the. They can do everything now. It's crazy.
We lost James. I thought I got quiet. I was wondering why.
Yeah,
I'm just
we missed
running
him
out of
holding his
room, so I
belt
got to
up.
start cleaning up my room a little bit and organizing, and I can take like a current picture of it.
But we're closing in our 2-hour window, so I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank our new viewers and a couple of them I'd like to have on the show very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan's
Hey, Mark,
promised.
I'll shoot a video of my collection and send it to you for future belts or whatever of the week.
Speaking of video, James, did you ever get the video of your refereeing that match?
Not yet. They actually send it off to get it put on DVD.
Good.
So
Okay.
whenever it officially gets done, I will have a DVD of it.
I
Yeah.
did see the finish to that match when the referee jumped in the ring and did the count on TikTok. I forgot to follow her. I wanted to mention that earlier.
It possibly be on YouTube in the future.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, because I could probably screenshot at least the ending.
All Star is pretty good about like I said, video and everything. And like I said, it was not my match. I got to be a part of it. So
And
I'm
Chelsea
very, very
Green,
thankful,
Chelsea Green,
to
got
have
the
been a
slap
part
from
of it.
Chelsea. Got the
You know,
slap from Chelsea.
For the new viewers who are not familiar with what's going on here, James was a participant in a match involving the NWA Heavyweight Championship. He wasn't the assigned referee. That guy got hurt. James went in the ring, went to make the count. Chelsea Green pulled him out of the ring, slapped his face while the other guy made the count. So
Poor guy.
but he got to participate in the NWA Championship match, which I think is just awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And he got slapped by Chelsea Green, every man's wet dream. So
Yeah.
How did it feel?
It was solid.
Painful bliss.
Yeah, I mean, like
Painful bliss.
legitimately, like, which newsflash, everybody, I'm gonna let you behind the scenes. Wrestling is kind of predetermined.
Just a little.
Excuse me. And when she and I were going over the spot back there, I told her, I was like, look, I said, don't give me, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. I said, let's make it as real as we can get it without, you spraining your wrist or knocking me out. Right. I mean, and she was like, okay. I said, so, I said, when you go to do it, I said, I want people, and I pointed, I was like, I want people all the way up there at the top to hear it. And, she was like, okay. Now, the really cool thing was at that point in time, I said, when you pull me out of the ring, I was like, start giving me the business, And of course, whenever I was talking to her, because, in real life, I cuss like a sailor. And I'm like, you come up and you tell me F you and you MFer and blah, 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 and this, that, the other, right? Well, she legitimately, and this is no lie, she pulls me out of the ring and she goes to give me the business, and she repeats everything that I said, word for freaking word, right? All the way down to the slap, And at that point in time, like, she's reading me the riot act, and of course I do my job well, right? So I'm acting all surprised, like, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, you blah, 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 blah. And as soon as I went down, she's looking at me like, oh shit, I I just really slapped the shit out of this guy, you know? And you know, after it was all said and done, after the show, she made it a point to come up and go, "Are you okay? Was that too, you know, to check on me?" And I, you know, and I let her know. I was like, "No, it was perfect." I said, she didn't hurt me. There's a place you can be slapped, hit, whatever, and it looks really, really good when you get hit there, but it's not really going to do a lot of damage. You're not going to get hit, you know, anywhere here, but it's like right there, right in the neck. And it is fast enough, you know, it looks like you're getting just walloped across the face, especially real time.
Did she have nails?
Yeah, no, not really. Like you know, if she did, I didn't feel them. She was professional all the way around. She, like I said, she hit the right spot. She did everything, you know, as far as
Mark's teasing me again.
like I ran out and she timed it so perfect that when I ran out, because I gave them time enough to go for the crowd to anticipate a 1, 2, 3, you know, no referee, you know what I mean? Here I come running down, slide into the ring. I start to make the count 1, 2, and she was right. I mean, her timing was perfect. As soon as I went to go, as soon as I went to go down on the third count, because if she didn't pull me out at that point in time, I told them, I'm counting this legit. So if she doesn't pull me out, kick out. You know, I'm telling Richard Holiday this, you know, before I hit 3. You know, I was like, because, you know, sometimes timing gets out and I'm not going to get buried because you guys messed up a spot. But she was right there. Boom. 1, 2. And as I'm coming down for 3, out of the ring, I get yanked. And, yeah, man, it was awesome, man. I mean, I got to work and, you know, and people can, you know, pick, you know, their favorite company or whatever.
I mean, be honest.
Honesty, this belt right here.
When you met Jeff Jarrett or Cardona in the back,
I didn't get to get Jarrett. I got Cardona's autograph. I didn't get to get Jarrett's. Jarrett actually, I was working the first match, and he had a spot in the first match. But I was working all the odd number matches. So I worked match 1, 3, 5, 7. And I ended up working the second match because the second match was a battle royal. So both referees had to be out on the floor. So I actually worked matches 1, 2, and 3. And by the time I went back after the third match, he had already left. He had a spot in the first match where the heel tag team got themselves disqualified to retain the tag belts. And he came out and made the save for the baby faces and guitar shot one of the heels, and it was really cool. You know, of course, I'm standing outside the ring and I pop for it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, you know, I didn't let him see that, but you know, inside I'm like, yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Jeff Jarrett just guitared somebody.
You ever walk in the back after you meet somebody and you're like, yes.
Oh yeah, man, dude. Like, here's the thing, and this is something that I've learned already in you know my time in doing this. We're all, even we're all marks. Okay.
Oh, definitely.
They got in the business because they watched somebody and, you know, they wanted to be that person.
I want to meet Ricky Morton in person. He invited me to his wrestling school
because his dad was in the business. His dad was a wrestler. You know, he wanted to be like his dad. You know, everybody has a reason for getting in, but the biggest reason of all is because we're all marks. We're the biggest marks of them all because we got into the business. And so when we're there, you know, those guys love it.
Oh, the kid
you don't
comes
want to roll
out
up on them whenever they're
see
first
that.
getting in. They're trying to set up their gimmick table and all that stuff. But when they're back there and they're in the changing room or whatever, man, they love it when guys like us come up and ask them questions or talk to them or ask them for a picture or something like that, because they want, you know, they first of all, they want to pass on the knowledge that they've learned. Right. They want to pass along anything and everything that they can to help you become better, to help the business and help it live on. At the same time, you know, everybody, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I'm just a lowly little referee, and I'll get stopped because people want to take their pictures with me. And like, I will take 100 pictures just because it floats my ego. So when we come up backstage and here we are working a show with these guys and we go, hey man, can we get, a picture? Well, yeah, of course, man. And, hey, are you working my match? Yeah, man, I need to get with you on the finish, blah, blah, and you just go through the thing. But there, especially when you just treat it like, to this day. And this is something that, it's still hard for me to grasp. And then I'll cut short because I know we're running a little bit long. Is that, I go out on the road with people like Shane Douglas and things and do stuff like that. And these people know me by my first name. Right. And man, these guys, they don't really care. A lot of guys don't even want to carry the belt around with them. They'll leave it with the promoter. And then they'll because it's just an extra thing that they've got to put in their bag and take
and be responsible for.
Yep. Some guys still like to carry it because it's a traditional thing. If I was a wrestler, I'd probably want to carry the belt just because that was tradition.
Almost 100 comments so far.
Hey guys, I'll shut up. And
yeah, we lost our Facebook stream. I just got a notification. I don't know what happened. But, right, because we went over time. But I want to thank everybody for watching. The one viewer on still on YouTube. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we'll have planned, but we'll come up with something. Maybe this will be on the other screen over here to my.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But we'll be back next week. I want to thank our new viewers for watching. We'd love to see you back on next week. And of course, Noor.
Thanks to all our Facebook subscribers, our YouTube subscribers.
But we enjoyed it as usual, and we'll be back next week. Have a good night, everybody.